Meantime, we want to get to this breaking story we brought you just a few moments ago. New York Attorney General Andrew Cuomo is investigating Prudential and MetLife for possibly defrauding families of soldiers who died in action. David Evans of Bloomberg News broke the story in Bloomberg Markets magazine. He joins us now on the phone. David, your reaction here, I mean, we knew already the Veterans Affairs was probing this in the wake of your story. Now the New York Attorney General.
Yeah, good morning. You know, I'm just taking a look at this press release that was issued within the hour by the New York Attorney General, and they seem to be taking this very seriously. Quoting from the release from Attorney General Cuomo, insurers appear to have reaped hundreds of millions in secret profits while misleading families into putting benefits into insurer-controlled, low-yield, potentially risky accounts. And Attorney General Cuomo describes this as a major fraud investigation into the life insurance industry. And as I'm just going through his release, it does seem to track the issues that we raise in our story in Bloomberg Markets magazine.
David, this is Scarlet. Let's just recap that what these insurance companies are doing, putting the payments in these retained asset accounts, that's not illegal, right?
Well, it's an open question. No one has challenged the legality from a governmental standpoint up until now. Our investigation found there are 1 million of these life insurance death benefit accounts with $28 billion being operated by more than 130 life insurance companies. And beginning in 1984, what the life insurance industry began doing, first at MetLife, was instead of sending out a check with life insurance proceeds, they kept the money in their general corporate account, and they instead sent out what looks like a check book, but is actually a debit book, and it allowed them to keep the money, as I said, at the insurance company, making a much higher return than they were paying out on these accounts that are linked to these things that look like checkbooks, have the name many times of a bank on them, but are not actually linked to a bank account.
But David, on the question of disclosure, is this just in the fine print for insurance companies, or are you saying this was intentionally misleading?
Well, we have found it in fine print. It depends, of course, on the insurance company. The other big issue here is whether the policyholder or the beneficiary gets a choice. What we found is that the survivors of soldiers, for example, who are killed in Iraq or Afghanistan, the choice that they think they get is between a single sum or getting it paid out over 36 months. They're not given an option. Do you want this draft book that looks like a checkbook? Yeah. And then they're surprised, we found, when they get this checkbook 2 weeks later, and they think it's from a bank because it says J.P. Morgan on it, but in fact the money remains at Prudential.
Wow. Well, David, congratulations on the story. The headline, of course, now that the New York Attorney General is probing this practice, as is Veterans Affairs. Stocks taking a dive on the wake of that Met and Prudential. More